Hello everyone. Today I have for you a game all about food. My dad lived in Brazil for a while. He used to tell me about these awesome meat steakhouses that they had there called Churrascarias, which roughly translates in Portuguese to barbecue. It's kind of like an Applebee's kind of restaurant there, only they have a lot of delicious just meat dishes. They got sides and they got desserts, but you don't want that when you go to a steakhouse. You want meat. And that's what this game is all about. Churrascaria is a cutthroat game of gluttony by Absurdist Productions. And it's coming to Kickstarter on April 3rd. We'll go ahead and take a look at the gameplay, setup, and then we'll give you a review afterwards. Alright, for Churrascaria, we got everything here. I'm going to go ahead and move the box right there. You got your instruction sheet too. It's a nice fold out and everything. But other than the instruction sheet, what's really nice is that they have instruction cards. Love having instruction cards right here that every player gets. There's 6 of them per player. We're going to be playing a 2-player game, so it's kind of modified from the full game. So it's more cutthroat with 2 players. So you can see we got the basic rules right here on one side, and then you've got your turn actions on the other side right there. And so basic rules, you get 2 actions per turn. The hand size is 4 cards max, and your plate size is 4 cards. We'll explain what that means in a minute. Action cards can only be played on your turn. Reaction cards can be played for free at any time if they're triggered between players. And if your food plate is full when you have to draw a food card, you have to eat the lowest value card that's already on your plate. Just simple basic rules on that side. And then you've got your turn action. So I'm going to go ahead and give Gothy one. I'm going to take one myself, put the rest to the side. So your turn action. So you get to have 2 actions on your turn. We'll go over that before we start going over the cards. So you can do any combo. You can even do the same action twice if you like. You flip any one food request token on the table, which we'll show you what those are in a minute. You can perform any single eat action. And when you eat, you take a food from your plate and you put it in your stomach, which is basically your own personal discard pile. You can play any action card from your hand, which will let you do different stuff. And then if your opponent has a reaction card, or any player has a reaction card, they can play it if it's triggered by what happens. And then you can also choose to discard any number of cards from your hand and draw up that many new cards. So if you don't like your hand, go ahead like 3 cards out of the 4 cards in your hand. You can discard them, draw 3 cards, and that doesn't count as your drawing turn, because at the end of your turn, after you do your 2 actions, you draw back up to your hand size, which is 4 cards. And if your food request token is green side up, you're going to receive a food card and put it on your plate. So we'll go ahead and put that down there. And then we'll go over with the food request token. So everybody at the beginning of the game gets a food request token that has a red side here and a green side there. And like I said, if your food request token is green side up at the end of the turn, you'll get to draw a food card and add it from the pile, or add it to your plate. So everybody starts with one of these, and they start with the red side up on their plate. And then everybody each gets 1 piece of meat and 1 salad, which they get a frango right here to start out on their plate. You can see the frango, and the cards are laid out where you got your title right there. You've got the amount of points it's going to be worth at the end of the game, because that's how you win. You total up all the points in your stomach, not the points that are on your plate, the points that you've put basically in your discard pile in your stomach at the end of the game. Highest points win. And then if you have a tie between highest points, is whoever has the most meat cards in their stomach ends up being a winner. So you've got meat cards here, and you can see it has a little effect on it right there. The effect there for the frango. It says you may flip any player's food request card. So the effect takes effect whenever it goes from your plate to your stomach, not whenever it comes out from the pile of food cards, the stack of cards we have, and goes to your plate. It only takes effect when it goes into your stomach. And it's got a little description about what that food is right there on the bottom right there. You see this one says it's a grill card. So it's a spicy char grilled chicken seasoned with lemon and garlic. make it tasty. So we each get one of those on our plate. Put there. I better rearrange the board a little bit there. And then we also each get a salad card. It's a salad. Because the purpose of this game is to try to eat all the meat you can, but not any of the salads or the sides or desserts and everything that are going to come out. Because as you can see, it's got a negative point value. The frangu had a +1. The salad right here has a -1 effect right there, or -1 point value at the end of the game. And you see it doesn't have an effect. Some cards have effects, some cards don't. This one doesn't. And it's got the little description down there. You can see it says it's a side. It says a crisp romaine salad with tomatoes tossed in a vinaigrette. This game makes you really hungry while playing, which sucks because both me and Gothy are on a diet. But we'll get through it, don't worry. So we each start with one of those on our plate. And then any extra cards like that you have, you see we got the rest of them because they come with a set for each player. We're gonna set those over to the side also. The other cards you have, like I said, because these cards you can see on the back, it says the frangu and the salada. It says menu card because they're still technically food cards, just like the rest of them. You can see you have a stack of your food cards here, and they have all different kinds of food. Like you got the Costello right there, or Costella right there. It's worth 5 points. Why are you laughing at me?
Because we're probably gonna butcher.
I know, probably gonna butcher the names,
no,
even though
pun intended.
even though the rulebook right here has correct pronunciations of the different dishes in Portuguese. We're probably gonna butcher them. We got this one. I know the filet mignon right there.
We know that one.
Filet mignon, yeah, I know that one. Linguiça, I know that one. You got different food cards. Let's see some of the sides. You find some of the sides right here. You got the batata no alajo. Wait, let me find it on the sheet right here. Yeah, batata no alu. There we go. It's garlic potatoes. You can see, and they're worth a -3 points in your stomach, so go against your score. And it's roasted potato slices tossed in olive oil, garlic, and fresh spices. So I'm going to go ahead and give this stack of cards to Gothy to go ahead and shuffle up while I go over some of these. So these are your action cards for the turn. You see it's got says the game's name, Churrascaria on the back right there. And they have different actions you can do. It's got the title for the action, like this one says, stop playing with the food. It's an action. And then it's got the little description of what it does. So it's cancel another player's action card or reaction card, which is really good. Me and Gothy have gone back and forth. Oh, I'll play one. Just canceling each other's action, then canceling their reaction. So for a 2-player game, for a 2-player game, we're going to take out some of these cards because we're not going to play with them because they count for a bigger game. We're going to take out the 2 feeding frenzy cards right there because we're not going to use those. Those are more for a multiple player game. And we're going to take out the 5 play with their food cards right there because it allows you to redirect an action card against another player, which doesn't really take effect here because it's just me and Gothy. So before you begin, okay, we've got our menu cards shuffled up right there, and you want to make sure you leave a space for any discards, not for your stomach, but for sometimes you can discard food from people's plates, and they're so yeah. So we'll leave a discard spot right there. I've got my plate set up. It's always good to you have your food request card right here on the left-hand side. And then 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spots for your plate right here. And then a spot to the right for your discard that is your stomach. Right there, you see Gothy has it set up on her side over there also. And have your turn action card available. You can barely see mine right there on the corner of the screen. And then, so before gameplay, there we got these cards. This is a basic setup. You're gonna take out there's 3 summon the Pasadore cards, where they're special cards. These cards make people get food if their token is green. So one of your things is you can flip your thing. Actually, you can flip any. It's not just yours. Like it says, flip any 1 food request token on table is one of your actions. So you can not only flip your card, but you can flip somebody else's card. So if somebody else's card's green, and you've got a card that lets whoever has their token as green side up, it lets them eat all the food on their plate. On your turn, you might want to flip the opponent's token to the red and then play the card so that they don't get to eat the food that's on their plate. But okay, so before gameplay, we take out those three, some of the pasadores, and just put it aside. And we're going to shuffle up the action cards like so. And then everybody is going to start off with 4 action cards. So give these a quick shuffle like this. And we'll pass out 4. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, we've all got our 4 action cards. And then we shuffle some of the Pasadori cards back into the action deck, like so. Without dropping cards, hopefully. And we're going to make sure that we leave enough of a spot for discard for these also onto the side. I'll put them right there. This is the easiest setup we found for this game. It's nice and compact. It's good. You got your discard piles for both of them. You got your plate. You got your hand. So to start out, let me look over my cards real quick here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and you start out. The person that starts is the one that's most recently grilled a steak. We're just going to go ahead and, for the sake of argument, because Gothy and I don't eat too many steaks or red meat that much, we're going to go ahead and say it was me. So for my first action, I'm going to go ahead and eat my frangu right here. And whenever you eat something from your plate, it goes into your stomach, your discard pile, and the effect takes effect. You see the frangu right here says you may flip any player's food request token. I'll try to get that straight right there. Any player's food request token. So it's going to go in my stomach, and that effect takes effect. I'm going to go ahead and target my food request token, so it'll flip. So that's 1 action, and I've got 1 point in my stomach. Let's see, what else do I want to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to play a card. I'm going to play Look Over There, which says to swap any 2 players' plates. So I'm going to play Look Over There.
Okay.
Okay, so she doesn't have any reaction to stop it. So we're going to go ahead and swap plates here. So she gets the food on my plate, and I get the food on Gothy's plate right there. So I got myself another frangu right there. Now it's the end of the turn. I'm taking my 2 actions, so I have 3 cards in hand. I'm going to draw up. Let's see what it is real quick. Okay.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. Anyway, and then since it's the end of my turn, my food request token is green. I get 1 piece of food. I draw it and put it on my plate. It is a lambu. Let me check lambu, which is a pork loin. Let's see lambu right there. It's worth 2 points, and the effect it has when it goes in my stomach is that you may immediately perform an eat action as a free action. And it's got the little description there in the bottom. So that goes on my plate. So now I've got 3 pieces of food on my plate out of the 4 spots that I have. And play passes over to Gothy.
Okay.
Her first action, she's going to flip her food request token over to the green side. And she has 1 more action.
I'm going to play the same card.
She's going to play a Look Over There. And in response, I'm going to play the reaction of stop playing with the food to cancel another player's action card or reaction card. And then if she had it one, she could play and stop playing with the food herself in a reaction to cancel my reaction.
I don't.
But she doesn't. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So, yeah, she does not get to swap the plate with me. So now she goes ahead and draws up to 4 cards. And then since her token is green, she gets to add a piece of food to her plate.
Linguiça.
It's tasty. And remember what I said, the purpose is you're trying not to have any salads or sides in your stomach, or the least amount that you possibly have, because they're negative points. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go, let's say, just play like this for the game. I play, Can I Get That For You? Which says discard all sides and dessert cards from your plate. So I'm going to go ahead and play that and see if Gothy has any reaction. Nope. So I'm going to discard all sides and desserts from my plate, which right now is only the salada, which might seem like a waste. I should have waited until I had more, but it's okay. I just get it off my plate, and it goes into the discard pile over there. food deck. So that was one action. And then I'm going to, as my second action, I'm going to eat my Lumbo right here. Eat my Lumbo, and that action that takes effect lets me make a eat action for free. Perform an eat action as a free action. So my Lumbo goes into the stomach. That effect takes effect. I get to do and perform an eat action for free. I'm going to go ahead and eat my Frango right there. And the Frango has that effect that lets me flip any player's food request token. I'm going to go ahead and flip Goldilocks' food request tokens to the red side. All right, there we go. So my two actions are done. I've got 2 cards. I draw up from the action deck for 2 cards. All right. And then, since my food request token is green, I get a piece of food. Ooh. Let me make sure I pronounce this one. I think this is one of the highest point ones in the game. It's a Fralginia. It's a flank steak. Fralginia. It's tasty. It's right there. Yeah. Big piece of steak right there. And it's got the effect that says you must immediately discard a random card from your hand. It's worth it for 8 points and a big juicy steak. And play passes the Gothy for her 2 actions.
Flip this back over.
All right.
And I'm going to eat my linguiça.
I'm going to go ahead and play Food Coma.
Of course you are.
Which prevents any one player from performing a single food action right there. Or a single eat action. All right. To prevent her from eating her linguiça. No linguiça for you, you're on a diet. All right.
It's not my fault you stacked the freaking
I stacked the action deck, sure. So that's your 2 actions and your turn. Okay, so you get the draw back up, which she has 4 cards, and then since her token is green, she gets a piece. What did you get? Let's show the camera.
Chuleta?
Let's see, pronounce that correctly. It is, yes, a chuleta. It's a prime rib. Worth 7 points, but there's no effects or anything on it. Okay, my turn. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. What am I going to do? Ooh.
Say pass.
No, I'm not passing. There's no passing in this game.
Discard your hand.
Nope. No. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take action to flip a food request token on table because I know Gothy hates that. And it also makes them eat up a turn or eat up an action by flipping it back over. And then I'm going to go ahead and eat my I butchered the name, Fralginia black steak. Which, if it's okay, Gothy's not going to cancel my eat action or anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and eat it, and it's going to make me immediately discard a random card from my hand. So we'll go ahead and just shuffle this up like this and let Gothy choose one of them. Okay, she's going to choose that one.
Good.
Oh, that's my cancel card, so I have to discard that there. All right, so those are my 2 actions. I'm going to go ahead and draw up 2 cards. All right, like that. And since my token is green, I get a food card to my plate. There's the filet mignon right there. 3 points, and you can immediately play an action card as a free action. All right, and then go ahead and play.
I'm gonna flip my card over.
Yeah, that's your first action. Flip it to green,
and I'm gonna play Gorge Thyself.
Gorge thyself. Gorge thyself. It makes any player eat all the food on their plate, and it counts as a single eat action. Okay, who?
Me.
Oh, you're gonna make you? Okay, I thought you were gonna make me. I'll eat my filet mignon. Okay, so she's gonna eat all the food on her plate because of the Gorge thyself. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Good.
So she eats her chuleta, she eats her linguiça, and she also eats her salad. So she, unfortunately, she's got that salad in her stack right there. But she does have, let's see, 7 plus 4 is 11 points minus the 1. So she's got 10 points in her stomach, and I have got, let's see, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 points in my stomach. Right there. And then she'll draw up for her turn. And since her token is green, she'll get a food card.
Costella.
Costella. What is that called? Let's see. Yeah, Costella. Yeah, beef ribs. Beef ribs. Okay, so beginning of my turn. Okay. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to flip her token.
Oh my god.
Flip your token to red. And then I'm going to try to play second helping. So second helping is an action to force any... no. Is that the one I want to play? No, it is, yeah. Force any one player whose food request token is green side up to draw a food card immediately. Forgot me. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, and I'm going to target myself. So I'm forcing myself to draw a food card immediately, which is, an alcatra. It's a lean, savory cut of beef seasoned with sea salt. And all other players may immediately perform a single eat action whenever I eat it. And it's worth 9 points. Okay. So that was my 2 actions. I have 3 cards. I draw up 1 card. My token is green, so I get some food. Ooh. Yes. Some Cordario. It's a juicy lamb marinated in wine and served with fresh meat. The food pictures on these are almost as good as actually having the food directly in front of you. The pictures are beautifully drawn. As you haven't seen from stuff, it really makes you hungry. It makes me feel like I'm working for the Food Network. Just wanna eat the cards sometimes. Anyway. So my turn is done. Go ahead, Gothy. Is it lunch yet? Is it lunch? Yeah, I didn't bring a napkin with me to wipe my face off. We'll tell you one more turn after you take your turn. I was hoping one of those summon the Passadores comes up so that we actually show how it affects the table. Maybe it'll come up.
Okay, I'm gonna play. Look over there.
Look over where? Oh, to swap any 2 players' plates. Ooh. Yep, I don't have anything to counter it, so she's gonna swap our plates. So I get her food, and she'll get all this delicious meat that was on my plate. Oh man.
And then I'm gonna play Gorge Thyself.
Gorge thyself. Okay, in response to that, I am going to play Food Coma to prevent one player from performing a single eat action. Because Gorge thyself makes you eat all the food on your plate as one single food action. But yeah, Food Coma prevents that. Can stop you from eating all that delicious food.
Oh, God.
Yep. Draw up, and your token is red, so you do not get a piece of meat or food on your plate.
Got it.
Okay.
You son of a...
Son of a fish? I don't think there's fish here.
No.
Let me see. So I'll go ahead and play second helping to force one player whose food request token is green side up to get a food card immediately. I'll get my food card. Ooh, linguiça. Alright. And then I'm going to play Gorge Thyself to make me eat all this.
Food coma.
She's going to put me in a food coma, so it's going to
like
prevent my action.
You
That's
like
fine.
it? You like it?
So I'll go ahead and draw. Oh, okay. So summon the Passadores. So whenever you draw, okay, I had 1 card in my hand, so I have to draw 3. So when I draw, summon the Passadores, which is awesome right there. Got the special card. So it says draw a new action card because it's a special card, so it's not going to stay in your hand. It's going to take effect immediately. So I still get my 4 cards that I'm gonna have for the end of my turn. So like it says, draw a new action card. Then, starting with the player who drew this card, all players whose food request token is green side up gets to draw a food card. All right, so I get to draw my action card, and then starting with me, anybody whose food request token is green side up gets to draw a food card. Okay, it's me, so I get to draw a food card right there. And then, unfortunately, oh, here we go. It's a side. Get some savory rolls. It's -3 to my food, but that's okay. And then goes to Gothy, who's unfortunately her food request token is not green side up, so she does not get a food token or a food card. Okay. Oh, it looks like, okay. So, the card that I drew, I didn't look at it. I drew another Some of the Pasadores. So, this happens sometimes where it looks like I didn't shuffle good enough, so I gotta draw a card to replace that. Okay, that one wasn't Some of the Pasadores. And it happens again where, okay, I get a food request token, and then Gothy does not get one because her thing is red and everything. So, I've got 2 cards, and I still need to draw 2 more for the turn, or for the end of my turn. Okay, neither one of them was Some of the Pasadores. Now, here's what's going to happen there. So, it's the end of my turn. My token is green. My plate is full. But I still have to, since my food request token is green, I still have to draw and add a food to my plate. But my plate's full. So, when this happens, I have to eat the lowest number of food on my plate before I replace it. It's forcing me to. And that, unfortunately, is those powder... Oh, let me see how to pronounce this on the sheet. It's pau de queso. Pau de queso. They're buttery garlic roll. They're tasty. So that's gonna, even though it's minus 3 points, it's forcing me to put that in my stomach to be able to get that food request token at the end of my turn, which is good because now I've got a plate full of meat for my turn. So let's go ahead and let Gothy take one more turn, and then we'll go ahead and get to the review. Okay, she's gonna do her first action. She's gonna flip her token over to green.
Flip something.
Yep.
Gonna play Gorge Thyself.
I'm gonna play Stop Playing with the Food to cancel your action. Stop Playing with the Food is an awesome card. Okay. And so now, yep. Draw back up. No more Some of the Pasadores? No? No? Okay. And since her token is green, she'll get a food card added to her plate, which is another Cordero. Alright. So let's go ahead and get to the review. So the good about Churrascaria is it's a really easy game to pick up. It's really quick, simple. You go ahead, the gameplay is just awesome. It goes pretty fast. It's easy to learn. It's a wonderful game. The setup's nice. Everything's great about it. The pictures make your mouth water. The bad about it is I wish there was a play mat. Sometimes getting the stuff on the table is kind of bad with your food card setup. Hopefully that is a stretch goal. Maybe play mats during the Kickstarter. That'd be wonderful. The ugly is that it made Goldilocks really, really hungry. She was kind of upset. She wanted to go eat afterwards. We had to have lunch. It was awful. Anyway, so it's going to be on Kickstarter, April 3rd. It's called Churrascaria. It's by Absurdist Productions. And I'm Logan. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Logan Shelf Reviews.